Hi, I'm Richard Boehmcke. Welcome to 90 Second Love. Today is Mixed Monday, and we are talking about 3 podcasts from Pete Holmes, whose podcast, You Made It Weird, is one of my favorite podcasts. And these are 3 wonderful ones that will fill your soul. And if it doesn't fill your soul, you don't have a soul, you demon bastard. First one we are talking about is with Mark Flanagan, who is this comedy club owner in LA. And he's one of these guys who's just been around forever and has a bunch of great stories and a bunch of really wonderful, profound thoughts on things and has lived a very interesting life. The next podcast is the one that Pete did with Glen Hansard, who was in the movie Once. He has a band called the Swell Seasoned. Swell Seasoned? Swell Seasoned is when you put just the proper amount of spices that makes your meat. He talks a lot about the idea of fame and the idea of art and the intermixing of the two and being able to kind of navigate the world. Really, really interesting. I loved it. I thought it was so profound and just lovely, and he's such a heartfelt person. The third one is with Elizabeth Gilbert, who is of Eat, Pray, Love fame. She also wrote a book about marriage in addition, and she talks a lot about love and the idea of what we perceive love to be and what we demand of love and what we demand of our partners. And I think it's a really, really important interview if you are in a relationship. I think this is a wonderful podcast. Just really insightful things that I hadn't heard before. I hope you feel the same way. Links are below. Subscribe, and I will see you on Wednesday. Wapoof! All wonderful interviews. I feel like this podcast is a soul-filling adventure into the depths of good conversation. Glen Hansard, just really rational, wonderful Irishman. He's an Irishman, so he's from Ireland. If you're interested in a relationship, if you're married, if you've been married, if you've heard of marriage, any of these things, somebody who's in his 40s and has a lot of life lived. He hath lived. Oh God, I almost knocked over a glass. Let's just move on.